Will!
Yeah, Bob.
More pre-order stuff.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to talk about.
And it looks like it might be the worst yet.
The worst.
The worst.
You would say the worst.
Well, let's back up. Let's start from the beginning.
Bag it up.
So, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, the sequel to the popular Deus Ex Human Revolution game, which is a good game.
I've never played it. You enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
I've always wanted to play it.
It's difficult because the boss battles are garbage. But it is good. Apparently the director's cut fixed it. We're losing track. Okay, so Deus Ex: Mankind Divided is having a pre-order. Basically, pre-order incentives are going up. So you go to Square Enix or Eidos's website and you pre-order the game. But the way they're working the pre-orders is, you pre-order the game, you get bonus stuff. But in this case, you choose what pre-order bonuses you get. So, like there's a skins pack. You can choose between the classic skins or the enforcer skins or the infiltrator skins, different types of skins. And then, there's more other pre-order bonuses. But the way to get the other pre-order bonuses, and this is where it kind of gets a little iffy. Basically, the more people who pre-order, the more bonuses get unlocked.
See, I appreciate their effort in trying to make it so that it's not different pre-order bonuses for every retailer.
Yeah. And basically you get, it doesn't bother me that you can pick and choose what you want as a pre-order bonus.
I think that's, it's good it's as good as pre-orders can be. Mm-hmm. The problem is the tiers that they have for how many pre-orders they get.
Like basically, and I don't think they even really said how many people have to pre-order the game before a certain pre-order is unlocked. So one of the pre-order bonuses is extra in-game missions. So let's say only 100 people pre-order the game, but you need 200 to get their extra missions.
That's like ridiculous that they're holding extra missions back for the pre-order.
Worst part about
That's insane.
I feel, is you can bypass all of this by buying the $150 collector's edition. Because if you buy that, you get everything.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous that they have content that they're holding back.
Yeah.
That they've already made content. People don't seem to mind DLC as long as it's something that was made after the game already came out.
Right. But here, I think people need to understand that a lot of times, the reason why we see things like Day One DLC or pre-order bonus DLC is because games will go gold and are basically done months ahead of time.
Right.
But, the team still needs something to work on, so that's where Day One DLC and pre-order bonus DLC, that's where that comes in.
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's stuff that they held back.
So yeah, sometimes it's publishers
Day
holding
One
stuff
updates.
back.
That's why there's Day One updates.
Right.
Is because they're still working on stuff up until the game comes out.
Right.
Because the game goes gold months before. But Day One DLC, more times than not,
times it is held back.
Yeah, because a lot of that content, you can't do that in a month.
Yeah.
You got to do it for months. And everybody shits on Destiny. Everybody likes to shit on all Destiny DLCs. Those DLCs are jam-packed with stuff, and they've made all of it after the game came out.
Yeah.
They didn't do any of those DLCs before the game came out. They had a plan for the DLCs before the game came out, but they didn't start developing until after the game came out. And that is how you do DLC. Taken King's coming out.
Yeah.
$40. People are freaking out over the price. So much. More people need to be like that.
Right. This is kind of, well, not really kind of similar, but before Arkham Knight came out, there was a whole big thing. There was going to be a $40 season pass, and then they didn't say what was in the season pass.
Right.
And then 2 days later, they said what was in the season pass, and it looked like a whole bunch of good stuff. And it was promised to be over the course of 6 months.
I didn't like that.
We're now, I think, 3 months in, and everybody's disappointed with the season pass because it's very minimal stuff. It's like racetracks, or it's skins, or the actual story content that they put out hasn't been that good. It's been 10 minutes long at most.
I appreciate that they saved the good stuff for the actual game.
Yeah.
But $40 is a lot for
a
season pass for a game like Arkham Knight, which doesn't have any online or anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't have much replay value.
Unless season pass was going to be, unless the things like the Batgirl DLC, unless that was like substantial, and there was going to be a lot of those, like they're coming out with the Nightwing DLC now. If the Harley Quinn and Red Hood, story packs were a lot more substantial, then it would be acceptable. But the fact that you can beat, I haven't played the Batgirl DLC yet, but I played the Harley Quinn and the Red Hood DLCs, and I beat both of those in 10 minutes.
Really?
I beat the Red Hood DLC in like half an hour.
Okay.
I beat the Harley Quinn DLC in like maybe 45 minutes. The only reason why I died in the Harley Quinn DLC is because Nightwing is the boss and he's cheap.
How much are the DLCs?
The Batgirl, I think, is like $6 or $7 just for that story. Okay. The skins are like $2 for the pack.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad on its own.
$15 to $20 DLCs should be 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
So $7 for half an hour.
Yeah. Batgirl, I heard, is like half an hour to an hour, which
not really good. Not okay. There should not be half an hour DLCs.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. If you're gonna put out DLC, make it substantial.
But anyway, pre-orders.
Yeah.
Well, Arkham Knight had some ridiculous pre-order bonuses.
Yeah. Well, all the Batman games have stupid pre-orders. Yeah. Depending on what store.
If you want to get all the bat suits, you need to pre-order it from every retailer.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Do they come in the DLC?
I think
they unlocked them all, don't they?
Eventually, yeah.
They did it with Transformers.
Yeah.
They had all of these different Transformers that you could get from the pre-order bonuses, but then if you couldn't get them from the different retailers, you could just buy them.
Yeah.
They were like $2 each.
Even though before they announced you could buy them, people were selling the skins on eBay for like thousands of dollars.
Now, just before we filmed this, I was forced to pre-order something. I was forced to pre-order Mario Maker.
Okay.
Because on Amazon, it's $10 cheaper if you pre-order it.
Yeah, that's something weird. Amazon's been doing that, where like if you pre-order a game with them, it's cheaper. I pre-ordered Rare Replay, and it was $5 cheaper than what it usually is.
That's an awesome pre-order bonus.
Yeah.
But that's pretty destructive because who can compete with that? Yeah. GameStop can't compete with that.
I mean, that's only for Amazon Prime members.
That's true. Yeah, so they're paying for it out of their own pocket.
Yeah, basically.
Which is, I think that's great that they're doing it, but like actually GameStop should do that because they should do it with Power Up members.
Yeah.
If you pre-order it, you get $5 off the game. That's awesome. Do that. Mm-hmm. Do that, GameStop. Give me ideas. Give me gold here.
I should stop pre-order. I don't have the Rare Replay was the last thing I pre-ordered, and I pre-ordered it like a week before it came out. But honestly, pre-ordering what's the point now? You can buy games pretty much anywhere. You can download them straight to your console. There's no reason for that.
I am also going to pre-order the Taken King, the Destiny DLC, only because it's a digital download and it'll be pre-downloaded.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's cool. But like, there's no reason to go into a store and pre-order anything. They just throw all this crap in there to try and entice you to pre-order it ahead of time, ahead of time.
And I got news for you. They're not holding a game for you.
Yeah, they're not holding a game for you.
That's the draw to pre-ordering.
Yeah.
What they do is it's used to get an idea of the inventory that they need.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen anymore.
Oh, no.
Like a game like Call of Duty, you'll be able to get that day one.
Yeah.
Day one, it'll be everywhere. You can just walk into a store.
Walk into any store or download it to your console because you could do that nowadays.
And if they sell out, they're not holding your copy. They will sell it to somebody else. That is what they're told by corporate.
Yeah, and it's not just GameStop, it's pretty much every retailer.
Yes. Well, Target and like Best Buy, they don't know what pre-orders are.
Yeah.
Like the employees that are walking around, they're not trained on pre-orders unless they're the video game employees.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's like, if you see an employee walking over from like the home goods section,
yeah,
and you go, hey, I need this out of the case, they'll be okay. They won't even know what the pre-orders are.
So yeah, so I guess just stop pre-ordering things. Just wait. You walk in, you can get it. All the extra content, if you really want it, wait even longer and get the Game of the Year edition because every game has one of those now and includes everything.
I also think those are stupid.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because it has all of the content in it afterwards.
Yeah. So
like I appreciate that they're breathing new life into these games, but you're just giving us a reason to want it later.
It does sort of punish the people who buy it first and then spend all the money on DLC, and then you're basically just giving it to new people for free.
Something like
But those people who haven't, you know, been fans this whole time, somebody like Destiny's releasing the Taken King.
I think that's great.
Yeah, as a whole.
Destiny could do no wrong.
Okay. All right. Well, different example. Uncharted. You know, that comes out with all this DLC. Then the Game of the Year edition of Uncharted has all of it prepackaged.
I'm talking about like Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Or it came out a year later.
Well, most Game of the Year editions come out a year later.
You're right.
But like, yeah, Uncharted will have all the DLC.
Well, when they do it, can they make the DLC cheaper?
That's the thing. Like, they need to, you know, give. I mean, you're basically getting a deal when you buy the package like that, which is fine, and it entices new readers, comic book logic.
Wrong show.
It entices new players who maybe couldn't afford it in the beginning to maybe, you know, try it now. That's the reason why most people don't buy games, is because they're expensive. But now you're giving them a reason to buy it, because Game of the Year editions are usually cheaper, and it comes with all this free crap.
You're right.
So
I always want the Game of the Year edition, the games that I already beat, because I want that DLC.
Yeah.
But why can't they just, when the Game of the Year edition comes out, give us that DLC for cheaper, so that I could, because then I would play the DLC.
I know.
I almost never get DLC.
Yeah.
Because I already played the game. I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
But if they make the DLC super cheap, then I'll get it.
Yeah, it's, you know, something to think about, games industry.
What do you guys think about, what do we even talk about? We talked about pre-order bonuses, DLC.
The Deus Ex pre-order bonus specifically, because that was supposed to be the main idea, and we kind of got sidetracked.
Pre-order bonuses.
Yeah, pre-order bonuses.
And DLC. Talk to us about whatever you want. Leave it in the comments below. Us on Twitter.
All this other social media garbage.
We stream on YouTube Gaming every single Tuesday and Thursday at 9-ish.
Yes.
Yes. So you can subscribe to us over there and get notified every time we go live. Pew, pew, pew.
Because that's the thing.
New videos every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you guys very much.
Have a good week.
Yeah. Yep. You sure can.
It's a shame to hear that this isn't doing so well, especially when titles like Cyborg, Midnighter, Starfighter, and the Omega Men are getting great reviews, both from critics and from fans. But it's rumored that things are so dire that DC is asking its creative teams to go back to basics and stop batgirling all their titles.
You might be surprised to see this game so far up the list. First of all, there's a lot of games coming out this fall. Second, it's a strictly multiplayer game, and I'm all for that. I think it's much better for a developer to focus on one thing than spread itself too thin.